Hello, Simmers. Take a peek with me into this house with my Sim, who's currently mopping up something. He has no idea that in just a few hours, he's going to be robbed. This video is all about the burglar. Otherwise known as some sneaky Sim. I'm going to tell you all about this pesky guy. And he really is pesky. Nobody likes him. And he's honestly just a real nuisance. Overall, burglars are fairly uncommon. It's been said that the appearance of the burglar is completely at random, and I think that's true. Some sneaky Sim will rarely actually visit your lot. But if he is going to come, I want to make sure you're prepared. So the burglar comes to your house if the following conditions are met. Condition number 1, everybody in your family must be asleep. There is a 100% chance that you will never see the burglar if you keep your family up all night. So you got to have everybody asleep. And condition number 2, there's got to be something to steal. Now, this one here is a little bit unclear, like what do you need to have? Like what kind of objects does the burglar steal? And on the Sims wiki, it says that the burglar will usually steal expensive items and most likely visit a rich family or a wealthy family. And I don't know if that's actually true. In my experience, the burglar will come even if you don't have much. I think he typically steals electronics, although that's not exclusive. I think he will sometimes take like a painting or sculpture, but in this example here, this burglar hits me up. He takes my TV, my computer, and oh no, not my guitar. So yeah, electronic devices most likely, but sometimes he could take anything else. And as for the time that the burglar comes, the Sims wiki also states that the burglar usually will strike around 3 a.m. I also am not sure if this is accurate. The sweet spot that I've always seen is sometime between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. Most likely it's around 12:30 or 1 a.m. And I really think if you get past 2 a.m., then it's pretty much a guarantee that the burglar's not coming and that you made it through the night. So we've talked about the conditions that are needed to trigger the burglar and the time that he usually comes. Let's talk about the entrance of the burglar. Well, I know that you know exactly what happens. This eerie jingle needs no introduction. Here it is. So scary, golly. These sounds indicate that the burglar has entered your lot. Next, you'll see a little preview window appearing in the bottom right corner of your screen, and the burglar will always start by facing out towards the black abyss. Then he'll turn around and begin to walk towards your house. The burglar cannot be interacted with in any way. You can try to click on him, but there's nothing you can do. The only person who can do anything with the burglar is Police Officer Michelle, which we will talk about her in just a moment. But here comes the burglar into my house, and the attire is exactly what you would think that a burglar would look like, right? I guess. He's got the classic, generic black and white shirt, the mask over his eyes, black pants, black shoes, a black hat. I don't know if anyone actually dresses up this way to rob a house. This kind of reminds me of like a cartoon, but anyway, this is what he looks like. And on to the burglar mechanics. So what does it look like when he steals your stuff? He will enter your home and begin walking towards something to steal. As he approaches this first object, you're going to see him defy the laws of physics right before your eyes. He will immediately put the object into a white sack with what looks like a money sign on it. The burglar may just steal one thing, or he might steal multiple things. If he decides to steal something else, you will once again see magic happen. He'll put the next object in another white sack, and then the two white sacks will combine into one white sack. Again, defying all laws of science and physics. In this clip right here, the burglar will take 3 items. After he's done stealing, he's going to make a run for it. And when I say run, I really mean like run. He's going to sprint as fast as he can back where he came from, and he's going to leave your lot. And now let's talk about the police. There are 2 ways to get the police to your house to catch the burglar. Now, one way is nearly impossible, and the other way is pretty much always going to happen. Let's start with the impossible one. Wake up your Sim manually, get him on the phone, and call the police. That's just the old-fashioned way. No fancy devices or booby traps. Just get on the horn and call the police. But here's the problem with this and why it's nearly impossible to pull off in time. When you wake up your Sim, They will often do the thing, where they gripe and complain and whine that they had to be woken up and inconvenienced. How dare I wake you up, sir, to call the cops so you don't get all your stuff stolen. I am so sorry that I'm looking out for you. But anyway, this will end up wasting crucial time because as your sim is shaking his fist and grumbling, the burglar is taking your stuff. He's actively stealing, and it takes over 30 seconds from the time you wake up your sim to the time that he gets to the phone. And by that time, the burglar will be likely nearing the end of his robbery, or he may even be long gone, with the exception of if you have maybe a 2-story house or like a huge lot. But most of the time, you're just not going to get there in time. The cops aren't going to show up in time, and that's unfortunate, because then you lose out on all that money that you could have gotten. This is why this is not the best idea. So let's move on to the better option, which is to install a burglar alarm in your house. Now, I'm going to quickly stop and say, I truly believe that the burglar alarm is the objectively best, most practical, best object that you can put in your house in The Sims 1. And I'd like to hear your feedback on that, if you agree with me, or if there's another object that you would, vouch for and say that you think is more valuable. Maybe it's the smoke alarm, or I guess a fridge, but put a comment down below and let me know what is your most essential object that you think is like you gotta have it object for The Sims 1, and let me know what that is. Because again, for me, it was always the burglar alarm. If you want to almost guarantee that he will always be caught, you need one of these. So whenever the burglar crosses the horizontal path of the burglar alarm, think about like an invisible line, he crosses that, or he enters a room where a burglar alarm resides, it's going to start going off. And within just a couple of seconds, Police Officer Michelle will be on your lot, running right over to arrest him. And what happens here is that you're going to get a $1,000 prize for catching the burglar. Remember, that is pre-tax. You got to put aside 20%. You're also going to be reimbursed for any stolen items, which is pretty cool. And this next part is so funny to me. It's so Looney Tunes. The burglar is just going to put his hands up and walk off the lot, followed by the police officer. So cartoonish and so funny. Another place you can put the burglar alarm is directly at the corner of your lot. So right next to where the burglar appears, you can put up a wall and a burglar alarm, and watch this. Literally, the moment he appears on your lot, the cops are going to get called. So this is another method where you can basically ensure the burglar will never even come close to your house. He'll just get caught right away. There's another funny thing you can do with the burglar. You can actually trap him on your lot. And I made a video about this, how to trap the burglar on your property. It's so funny, hilarious. Click over here and watch that video right now, how to trap the burglar on your lot. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you don't miss my next Sims adventure. I love you.